días. Good morning. Buenas tardes. Wait a minute. That's the wrong order. Right. So, good morning. Buenos días. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Good evening. Buenas noches. Whenever it is that you get to see this. My name is Miss Adri, and I am here to teach you some stuff. And this is a re-upload. Yes, we are talking about references for Google Docs, and we're gonna do some tips, tricks, and a little magic on the side to make sure that your APA references are perfect. So this video is dedicated to my 12th graders who are working on their APA research paper because I always do this project. And I decided to redo this tutorial to help them out and help out any other people that are struggling with APA. So my students, and I know I say so a lot, it's my crutch, I know. My students have been working with practicing on creating their references using APA format. I know APA format is used a lot here in Puerto Rico and in some other parts of the world. So I want to teach you. Now, there are different ways of doing this, but I believe in the format of working smarter, not harder. What do I mean by this? There are websites out there. There are so many websites out there that are going to help you format your APA references, and they will help you cite, they will help you do so much. And my favorite one is Scribr. The first thing that I want to do is I want to show you how to log into Scribr. I'm just going to close this window because I already have Scribr open over here. And the first thing that I should do, I don't know why it says page not found. The first thing that I should do is I should sign up for Scribr. All I have to do is put my school email or my personal email. In my case, I'm just going to log in using my teacher email. I'm going to pause the video for that. Once you've logged in, and you can tell that I've logged in because it says my account, I am going to see a page very much like this one. And here we have this little search bar, which is going to help me with all of my different citations. Now, kids, there are a lot of different references. We have books, we have magazines, we have articles, we have videos, we have podcasts. So I am going to use a list of some of the different references that I have used or I will be using with my students to help you practice. Let's do that right now. So I'm going to leave this page open and I am going to open up the document that has the different examples of the different types of references that you can use in a project. Let me open up my Word doc. I used a Word doc for this. Now the first one that I have is a video. I have here video, book, podcast, a book chapter, another website, and an electronic copy of a printed journal article with DOI, digital object identifier. There you go, I remembered. I'm going to go into each one and how we use APA with each one. I'm going to start with one of the easiest ones, and that is a video. I'm going to just select it, Control C to copy. I go to Scribr, and here in my little search bar, all I have to do is paste it, and I click Cite. There we go. And now it's going to do its little magic. And as you can see from the top, it says Source Cited. How do I know? Because I scroll down a little bit down my page, and here, this is what it looks like. But whenever I log into any type of reference that has a URL, a link, I have to mark the day, or I have to specify the day where I accessed it. So I go inside of it. Let me go back. And you notice here that it says edit. I'm going to click edit. And here it says video. I don't have to worry about that. I have the title of my video. I don't have to worry about that. Here we go. Here is the publication date, which is fine. What I need to worry about is the access date. And I set it for today. Today's January 2025. This is the day that I am doing this. I click on update my source, and then it does its little magic. And here we go. How do I know that it is correct? Easy. Here I have, shall we say, the author of the video, which is the company TED Ed. When the video was made, the title of the video, it tells me that it is a video. It says, whoops, the website, and it says the day that it was retrieved along with the URL. Great. That is what I do every time I have a video. Now I'm going to move on to a book. And this is just a book. Let's say that I use the entire book or the majority of the book to cite my references. So what I do is that I copy the ISBN, which is a type of serial number that helps me identify books that might be in publishing mode or they might stop being published. That really depends. I do the same thing. I copy and paste the number. I click cite, and it automatically did my reference for me. Here you have the author, the name of the book, etc. And I don't have to do anything else with this because it is a physical book. So I just leave it alone. Now, I'm moving up to a podcast. Now, this one gave my students and I a little bit of trouble, but we are going to make sure that oh my goodness, I can't talk. That does not happen to you. So I do the absolute same thing. I copy my URL, I go back to my search bar and I click cite. Great. It did what it needed to do, but the name of my podcast, as you can see here, is not Spotify. But let's talk about Myths, baby. By the way, great podcast. You should watch it. I'm sorry, you should hear it. And it has the name of the episode. So what do I need to do? I need to edit it. I click edit, and here it says web page. This is what Scribr does when automatically it detects a URL and it's not associated, shall we say, to YouTube or something like that. So what I need to do is I need to search. And since it's the episode of a podcast, I click podcast episode. And now I am going to look for the title of the episode, which is Eating Kids and Killing Dads, an Introduction to Greek Mythology. And I paste it here. Then I apply the capitalization suggestions for APA 7th version. Then the title of my podcast is Let's Talk About Myths, baby. I click Let's Talk About Myths. Great. I have that. I can add the person and organization. I can totally do that. It is recommended. If you want to do that, that's great. Right now, for the purpose of this exercise, I'm not going to do that, nor mention the season number or episode number. But what I do need to find out is when was this published. So I go back to my reference list and I just control click this to open up the web page. And I'm just going to click cancel. It opens up Spotify. It's a little slow. There we go. It's opening up slowly. Opening up, opening up. There we go. And it says that it was published July 20, 2017. So I go back. And when was it done? July 20, 2017. We're going to go in opposite order. 20. And again, since it is a URL, I have to click on access date. Great. Now all I have to do is update my source. And voila. There we go. We have so far 3 sources. And if you notice, I don't have to worry about it because it's already in alphabetical order. Woo-hoo! So that's all about working smarter not harder, like I said. Let's move on to the next type of reference. Now we have a book chapter, and this one is very specific of the different ones that, the different parts of the book that I need. The cool thing about this is since it does have an ISBN, odds are that when I copy the number, it's going to take me to the version that was specified for me here. So I'm going to do that. And let's refresh. We paste this into the little search bar. I click cite. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, sometimes it doesn't. And it already cited for me. But here it specifies what part of the book was used, the chapter and the pages. So what I need to do now is I have to edit it. And same as I did with the podcast, I look for the thing that I need. And in this case, since it is a book chapter, I click the book chapter option. And here it tells me what is the chapter title. All I have to do is look for that here. All it says is chapter 2. So chapter 2 it is. Oh, I have the caps lock on accidentally. Chapter 2. And what is the title of my book? The title of my book is Developing Versatility. Copy paste it again. Oh my goodness, this does not want to work. Let's try copy pasting it again. Let's do it directly without the trick. I click paste. Okay, there we go. And I make sure that the authors are correct. They are indeed correct. Oh, and it's asking for the edition, and it actually tells me the edition that I need. So I already have information. It's asking for the volume number. It doesn't specify, it just tells me when it was published. So I can leave it alone. It tells me the publication date, the publisher, beautiful. I do not need to worry about that. What I do need to worry about now is the pages that I use. So all I have to do is copy paste that. There we go. I don't have to do anything else except update my source. And once again, we go down here and it is already cited and beautifully organized for me. So I already have 4 sources already alphabetical order, beautifully organized. Let's move on to when it is an actual website. This one works similar to a video. I just copy paste. And this one gave my students a little bit of trouble because it marks it as a digital article. And yeah, it is an online article, but I do have to edit it because, like I mentioned, I need to mention when I accessed it. So I hit web page instead of online newspaper article. And all I have to do is just say the day that I accessed it. I update my source. And there we go. Now it is organized how it is supposed to be organized. Now the last one that I have here is an electronic copy of a printed journal article with a DOI. This works similar to the ISBN. All I have to do is copy the DOI so I can just look it up, and I have to be mindful because I have to edit it and add all this information, but let's go part by part. I already copied my DOI. I paste it. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. It already has my title, all the stuff that needs to work. And oh my goodness, look at that. It already has all the things that I already needed. So there we go. It is beautifully organized, already in alphabetical order. Let me move myself out of the way. It is in alphabetical order. and I don't have to worry about a thing. Okay? Now, you might be wondering, let me close the podcast. All right, Miss Adriana, how do I export this so I create my reference page for a project, for research, for whatever it is that I need it? Well, there are different ways of doing this. You can sync it to your Google Docs. In the case of my school, we can't sync it to Google Docs right now. We haven't been allowed access to it because it's a new feature at the time that I'm recording this video. So that's fine. If you have Word on your computer, all you have to do is click on Export to Word and it's gonna do its magic. Let's watch it do its magic. I click Download Word Report and here in my downloads, it appeared already. I'm going to click it so you can see it. And let me move myself. Here you can see everything that we just did in our Scribber page. It has references. It's already in double space. It's already organized and beautifully done for us. So that's the other way of doing it. The last way, let me close this because we're not using it anymore, is by copying this to my clipboard and doing a Google Doc. So I'm going to do that right now. I click on the three little points, the little periods, whatever you want to call them, where it says more actions. And here it gives me various options. What I do here is that I click on export to clipboard. It's already copied for me. I go to Google Docs. If you use it a lot, it'll appear on your Google page. If not, that's all right. I can go to the waffle and I click on Docs. I do a blank document. I wait for it to respond, of course. And here in my blank document, before I do anything, because I want to make sure that this is in ABA format, I make sure that it's in 12. I centralize and I write the word references. Then I click enter and I align it to the left again. And all I have to do now is go Control V and it already copied everything for me. I can give this a little bit more space. And personally, I do not like the font Arial. So I am just going to select it and I am going to change this into Times New Roman, which is the most popular APA font. I can also do, I wonder if I have it here. I also can do Arial Narrow. I can also do Georgia, which is a lot further down. I have a lot of fonts, guys. Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. There you go. Okay, that's approved too. But my favorite for whenever I do anything in APA format is to use Times New Roman. Yep. So that's it. That's the end of this video. I hope that this will help you with any of your projects in the future. Um, my name is Miss Adri, and I hope that I taught you some stuff, and I hope that you like and follow me on all of my social platforms. I am starting to get back in the rhythm of starting to post. I really, really, really miss posting, and definitely I hope that this helps. Bye.